Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, August 16th, 2024. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. All I got to say is bring on the weekend. But first, we do have some news, so we better get into it, shall we? On Friday, August 23rd, the Push and Pedal Cycling Club, in partnership with the DMV Cycling Alliance and the Office of Annapolis Mayor Gavin Buckley, are going to host a Ride Against Hate event. This bike ride is in direct response to the racial assault on African-American members of the Push and Pedals that occurred in downtown Annapolis on June 28, 2024. The group was called racial slurs, they had rocks thrown at them, and they were sprayed with bear spray. The incident was not publicly reported by the police department. The event will start after a meetup at 8:45 p.m. at the old Sears parking lot at the Annapolis Mall. Yes, that's 8:45 p.m., so it is a nighttime ride, with the ride beginning at 9:30 p.m. Participants are encouraged to wear reflective gear and use lights on their bicycles. The event does aim to raise awareness of the dangers that cyclists face on the road, stand against racism in all forms, and promote love and unity within the community. And what is very strange here is that according to the public information officer for the police department, they have no record of this incident. We reached out to the mayor's office to see if they can shed some light on why a hate crime and an assault would not be on record with the police department. And speaking of public information officers, the Annapolis Police Department posted on Facebook that they are currently seeking a new, quote, police information officer. They say that the role involves planning and disseminating public information, news releases, and public service announcements, as well as managing daily police reports on social media and email distribution. The starting salary for the position is $70,000, and it wasn't clear if this is a different position than a public information officer, and if this is a new position or a replacement for the current one. If you're interested, you can apply at annapolis.gov/jobs. Well, we were under embargo, but we can now tell you about the feasibility study for the new passenger ferry services that are under consideration for the Chesapeake Bay region. It's aimed at reconnecting coastal communities, boosting local economies, and enhancing tourism. The proposed system, which will include 14 stations in Maryland's portion of the bay, is expected to attract nearly 291,000 annual riders, but it may operate at a financial loss initially. Despite this, the study highlights significant economic benefits, including job creation and increased economic output. The study does recommend public-private partnerships and a phased development approach to overcome financial challenges and ensure the success of the ferry service. We have all the details and the full report at eyeonannapolis.net. You do want to check that out. As to me personally, call me dubious. Starting on September 6th, the Arundel Mills Mall in Hanover will require anyone under the age of 18 to be accompanied by an adult after 3 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. This new policy, implemented by Simon Property Group, the mall's owner, follows similar restrictions at other regional malls after incidents involving minors. The policy does aim to enhance safety and create a more family-friendly shopping environment. Unaccompanied minors will be asked to leave the mall after the designated time, and there is no word if the Annapolis Mall will follow suit. PG&E customers can expect a $21 per month increase in their electric bill starting next June, on top of the previously announced rate hikes. The Office of the People's Counsel, which represents utility customers, attributes these cost increases to poor planning by PJM Interconnection, which is the regional grid operator, and warns that customers will face years of unprecedented cost increases. The rising costs are linked to the planned retirement of power plants in Maryland and a recent spike in prices from a capacity auction. Maryland customers are also expected to bear the cost of keeping certain power plants operational beyond their planned retirement to ensure a reliable electricity supply, as well as expenses related to new transmission projects by Exelon, which is PG&E's parent company. As to me personally, I say boo. All right, be sure to catch our local business spotlight this Saturday at noon. This week, we chat with Ricky Nelson from Annapolis Sailing School. And I got to say, they are so much more than just a sailing school. And today on Canines and Crosstreks, we meet Biscuit, a very young and cute girl that looks like a yellow lab with a bit of a wiry coat. Super amazing dog. You want to listen to our spot now and then check out eyeonannapolis.net at noon for some irresistible photos and get all of the information on how you can adopt her. And again, don't forget that we have our daily newsletter that features only the top local news stories of the day. We do send it out to your email inbox at 7 p.m. every night. That's 366 days this year, all without a paywall. It's perfect for keeping up with the weekend's news since we don't release a DNB on Saturday or Sunday. Here's a link right here in the show notes for you, and feel free to share it. All right, that's it. Now it's time just to say thank you for listening and putting up with us every day. I do hope that we add some value to your world, and if we do, please leave a review somewhere or tell a friend to give us a listen. We also want to thank our sponsors, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and the Annapolis Songwriters Festival. It's Friday, the weekend is here, and now it is time just to say have a great weekend, be nice to others, do something fun, and keep shopping local. Now hang tight. DCMDVA Weather is here, bringing you the only locally forecasted weather report you should care about, and of course, Canines and Crosstreks. So do hang around for that. All that's coming your way in just a minute.
It's a nap time Saturday night.
Get ready for the 2024 Annapolis Songwriters Festival, happening September 12th through the 15th. This year, they're bringing 4 days of incredible music with over 100 shows across 15-plus venues in downtown Annapolis. Don't miss headliners like Citizen Cope, J.J. Gray and Mofro, and Lee Brice, along with many more amazing artists. Tickets are on sale now at AnnapolisSongwritersFestival.com. There are hundreds of hours of free showcases. Don't miss an unforgettable weekend of music, stories, and fun in the heart of Annapolis. Tickets are on sale now at AnnapolisSongwritersFestival.com. When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, August 16th. More sunshine today for the Annapolis region, though a bit warmer out ahead of a weekend with some showers and storms, with temperatures then going back down into the low or mid-80s for much of next week. Look for sunny skies today, with highs around 90 degrees ahead of mid to upper 80s both Saturday and Sunday, with a good chance each day of some showers and storms in the area, with rain chances then staying elevated into Monday before sunshine returns Tuesday through at least Thursday of next week, with PM highs in the low to mid 80s for the last full week of summer break for most schools in the region. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day and weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and X each day for updates, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Is all this talk of inflation making you uneasy? Me too, especially the uncertainty. How bad will it eat into my future purchasing power? Well, don't feel helpless, because solar energy can give you some financial control. By installing and owning your solar system, you can lock out electricity cost inflation by locking in your electricity price for more than 25 years. Many of our inflation-fighting clean energy systems offset 100% of the annual electricity demands. Customers frequently add electric vehicle charging and backup batteries to their solar projects, providing them inexpensive auto fuel and additional energy security for the home. Freeze energy inflation in its tracks by committing to affordable, clean solar energy. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
That can only mean one thing. We're headed to the SPCA of Anne Arundel County with Annapolis Subaru to play with the pups for this week's Canines and Crosstreks. Sponsored by Annapolis Subaru. Higher standards.
Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Who is this?
Biscuit, and 4 months old, came in on 7/23.
Boy, does she look like a golden.
Doesn't
I mean,
she?
she's got the stature of it. I don't know how big she's going to get, but she's got a little bit of like wire coat. But
and their eyes and her face and ears are all
golden. Well, she looks like a happy
dude,
puppy.
You know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
On your phone, if you take a picture of a dog, there's this little button you can click, and then it looks up what kind of dog it is.
You're kidding.
No.
I didn't even know that existed. How fabulous. So what did she come up in? A poodle?
According to Siri, a Border Terrier or a Norfolk Terrier.
Oh, you know what? The Norfolk Terrier makes sense because of the wire hair.
With the wiry.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I think she's got to have a golden...
Look at
She
that.
has to have Retriever in there somewhere, right?
I don't know.
Like she doesn't have to, but she looks like she should. She had none of this wire hair, we would think she's a golden.
Totally.
Right? Ears, face, shape, everything.
What a cool...
I totally love that app. I mean, I could do that with flowers in my garden.
Annapolis Subaru not only sells wonderful cars, man. They'll even figure out what kind of dog you have.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
But
maybe you should do that to all your dogs.
Yeah.
But Biscuit's 4 months.
4 months old. I mean, so Biscuit's going to be a big girl.
Yes.
She
she's
just got
some room
spayed. So I'm going to be careful with her moving her around. But you can see she's got some long legs on her.
Right.
And she's got her paws don't look awesomely big.
No.
So she may be just a
face.
Oh,
I mean, just that
soft.
expression.
She's
that is
soft.
just
She's
gorgeous.
cute.
She's having fun. So, yeah, I was reading Motor Trend, and they said there was somebody that had a full year on a Crosstrek that Subaru, I guess, North America had given him. He said he's finally getting around to trying the in the wilderness.
Oh,
and,
really?
Just to see what it is. And he said that snow and dirt mode nonetheless gave an immediate sense of sure-footedness. Every move felt somehow a little more purposeful, a little more confident. So
cool.
But it's and that's an all-wheel drive car, right?
Yep.
It's not four-wheel drive.
No, symmetrical all-wheel drive.
Okay. Because that was there was a thing on Reddit that somebody driving a Subaru went to some national park out in Utah, and it went on a 4x4 only trail, and they got him on camera, and they gave him a warning.
Oh wow!
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a good lesson to know that all-wheel drive is not four-wheel drive. There are some differences, and I don't know what it is. That's all sort of mechanical stuff. But they were saying that, 4x4 trail, and that Subaru, the guy said, I'd already done that trail before.
Mm-hmm.
He said, okay, fine, it can get through. But they said, depending on the conditions of the trail, you've got to have the four-wheel drive to independently drive each four-wheel if you get into it. Otherwise, it could be a long rescue and stuff like that. So they were just looking for their own.
Yeah, the symmetrical all-wheel drive is actually, it's pretty smart. The car determines, which wheel needs, power and the most traction. And it's really, it's really cool to experience. Like we're driving in the sand or the mud or, any sort of like snow. Like it's I think
you should demonstrate that at Bands in the Sand next year.
Oh.
Well, you should do a demonstration, live demonstration there, like in between sets between.
Why the thousands?
Yeah, there's not a lot of people around.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a recipe for disaster.
Well, did you guys see? It was actually on Instagram or something, and what it was in Colorado was someone had their Subaru, like an Outback, and there was a herd of goats, and one of them actually jumped up on the cargo box and started dancing. And so they have this picture, which is amazing, and I should have sent it to you, Billy, but he's dancing, and they said, this is a true Colorado moment, mountains, wildlife, and Subarus. Oh, how do you like that?
That's
very
funny.
Cool. But look at this picture. It's super cute.
Impressive.
Yeah, so everybody appreciates that.
That's awesome. Another fun Subaru story was the Northern Territory in Australia. I mean, you don't have a chance of selling them, but they've outfitted all their police with WRXs.
Oh, wow.
With like the police special edition. And it's a top speed of 155 miles an hour rifle rack that automatically releases.
Oh, wow.
Also, all sorts of popped out there. So and apparently the cops are all thrilled about it. They think it's...
Yeah, that probably won't happen here.
The painting on them and the striping and everything else look really cool.
Nice. Just check out a picture.
And to see a little Subaru coming up behind you at 155 mile an hour make you think twice.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, it is almost
lights on the bag time. Oh,
well, no. We're getting
we
I didn't want to freak Billy out. Go ahead. Yes.
We
first
got two
school.
almosts this week, but it's almost school start. And are you guys doing the Love of Learning again this year, Billy?
Subaru loves learning.
Yeah.
Subaru does still love learning. Yes. Good. Yes. This year we have a little different approach. Still supporting Mills Parole Elementary School. And last year I believe it was like 20 or 40 classrooms that we had adopted and given school supplies to, credits to buy more school supplies. This year, what we've learned is that their music program doesn't have enough instruments for all of their students to have individual instruments. So they weren't able to take them home. They weren't able to have their own instruments for concerts. They'd have to share and stuff like that. So rather than distributing the funds throughout, a bunch of different classrooms, we're going to focus on the music program this year. So that way they're able to purchase instruments and hopefully make it so all the kids are able to have instruments of their own. Yeah.
Were you part of the band or any?
I was not a part of the band. I played sports.
That's very cool. But I can tell you, it's so important to you. When I was in elementary school, I played clarinet, and it was a group of. We ended up having a group of kids that were all music, interested in music, and they absolutely loved it, and we were like dedicated to it. But I can tell you, bringing your instrument home was very important.
You know where I ended up last night or 2 nights ago? Randomly, was at Copper Creek.
Oh, that's a nice little bar.
And they had, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get some wings. Popped in with Catherine, and they had open mic jazz night. So it was like, fun. Like a house band, and there was like 3 guys there with saxophones. There was a trombone there. Somebody was like playing the keyboard. It was awesome.
That is,
it was pretty cool. And I was like, I was gonna pop in, like get some wings, maybe drink a beer, and I ended up sitting there and like watching like a bunch of sets. So it's like like
that is awesome. The sax.
Oh yeah,
and the sax is so great because it can just stand.
This guy was so smooth. I was like, that's pretty awesome. Well done, sir.
That is great.
That's captivated audience here.
That's right. You had your wings. Enjoyed that music.
I'm like, you know what? Give me another 12 wings.
That's right.
That's wonderful. Subaru loves learning, and you're focusing on the music thing.
Yeah,
and it's going to give a big boost to the department and the school.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to doing that here soon.
That's great.
I guess you ask you too, because it's actually coming next Sunday. But you ready for the puppy plunge?
We are ready. And speaking of music, we have a DJ, so hopefully you'll be playing lots of everybody's favorite tunes.
Good.
And we do just play all different kinds of music, which is great. I mean, the bands have always been great. We've had some bands. Oyster Boys have played the plunge a couple times, which is great. But this time we're just going to do the DJ, so it'll be fun. We have our pie eating contest. So anyone that wants to have their dogs enter the pie eating contest, they can just sign up when they get there. Sometimes we used to do it online. This year, we're just going to have it, same day.
Who wants to do it?
That's it.
So you having a hot dog eating contest at the puppy plunge?
No, we are not.
No? Okay.
Yeah, we usually do the bobbing for hot dogs on our cruise when we do the Dog Days of Summer cruise, and that's pretty popular.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Teresa brought her dog before she died, and she ate one too many hot dogs, and she ended up barfing in front of Storm Brothers.
Really?
Oh no!
Yeah, we stopped at Storm Brothers to get ice cream afterwards, and Daisy's
Daisy must have won the contest.
She enjoyed it. Put that doodle head in the bucket and grab a hot dog. What's wrong with that?
Aww.
Puppy Plunge, August 25th. Again, we mentioned it last week, but the Jess Fest, October 5th. And we might as well say that, the 21st and 22nd is Lights and Leashes of November.
You can walk through the show.
And then the
holiday season begins, right?
Yeah. I'm ready for fall.
Me too.
I'm so ready.
It's been a hot summer.
It's been pretty hot.
Yeah. It's been really challenging for the shelter with all the heat. You wake up and you're like, oh my God, it's going to be 100 degrees. And you're just thinking about the dogs not being able to stay out as long as they'd like
outside.
to.
He's going, oh my God.
Yeah. I know.
There's a big dog with a big coat. Take me into the
air conditioning now.
Yeah. You never want to wish summer away, but I feel like we're like, what is this? The dog days of summer, right?
It's the
dog days of summer.
Well, the dog days of this summer is Biscuit. He's 4 months old. He's
very active, as you can see.
Very goldenish looking, but he's got a little bit of wire hair in him. So.
He's freaking cute.
So cute.
You got to get him away from me.
I know. I knew this would be a Billy favorite. Absolutely.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think Biscuit's going to be around a little bit longer. People
don't look at me like that, Biscuit. Stop.
Biscuit needs a foster.
Well, if you would like to get a hold of Biscuit, you can go to aacspca.org. And if you want to get a hold of one of those Subaru 155 mile an hour police cars, go to Australia. But if you want any other Subaru, go to Annapolis Subaru at 149 Old Solomon's Island Road or AnnapolisSubaru.com. When you're there, give them a big thank you for helping out our kids, because that's a huge benefit that
kids and animals.
Yeah. I mean, well, you've got you've got the animals, you've got the share the love, you've got the coat drive that you did. And so, and
try to help out as many people as we can.
We will see you guys, I guess,
next week.
Yeah. And then it'll just be like 2 days to the puppy plunge.
Right.
Kelly will be a little bit stressed out.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.